Welcome back to another episode of Say What Needs to Be Said. I'm your host, Asante, Mr. Pick Six Samuel, two-time Super Bowl champion, Pro Bowler, all-pro record-breaking cornerback, and the last cornerback to intercept 50 interceptions during the last 16-game season era. We don't see interceptions like we used to back in the days, but here we are, man. Week 7 in the books, man. 49ers handled business against the Falcons, and a lot of other teams took care of business. The games, the season is starting to pan out, man. The division, NFC, the AFC, the NFC East, the NFC West, the AFC East, the AFC West, all these good teams are working, baby, trying to put together a playoff season. How we doing out there? Sunday night vibes, baby. How we doing? Did y'all enjoy the game tonight, man? What did y'all think about the game? Did Michael Penix Jr., is he playing to the capabilities that you think he could play? What do you think about the 49ers? Are they back? Do they have a chance to do anything? Do they need Brock Purdy to get back to have any opportunity to achieve anything to this season that is significant? You know what I mean? But let's get into it. Tonight's vibe, Sunday night vibes, the first game of the night. Man, we have the Niners. The Niners get the win over the Falcons, 20-10. Oh, man. Man, hey, man. The Atlanta Falcons had almost 300 yards total offense and one turnover, 19 first downs. They were 6 for 43 in penalties. Not too bad on third down, 5 for 11, just below the 50% mark. Get better in that. In that area right there, Michael Penix Jr., the young man is coming along, trying to be a better quarterback in his second season. First full season starting, he's doing his thing, man. All right, we can't complain about that. And then we have the rest of the stats. And now, how did Michael Penix Jr. do tonight, man? He 241 yards. Didn't get the victory, but he passed for 241 yards. Can't complain about that. But for tonight's game, man, Christian McCaffrey carried the load for this team, man, and he was pretty much responsible for most of the Niners offense per usual when he is healthy. You know, the Niners love to ride his coattail because he can get it done. And he was the leading rusher. He was the leading rusher for the 49ers and the leading receiver at the same time. He puts in a lot of work, man. That young man, Christian McCaffrey. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Matt Jones threw for 152 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. And they got the victory. And like I said, Christian McCaffrey, 114 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, and I think he had like almost 50 yards receiving. And that was the leading receiver for the 49ers. Man, what can we say, man? Tonight's vibe, man. But Matt Jones, man, what do we think about Matt Jones? I think Matt Jones, he missed a few opportunities. He's playing within his comfortability, you know. He's pretty much a game manager, and he did what he needed to do for the 49ers to get that victory today. Mac Jones isn't the type of quarterback that can go in and pretty much refurbish an offense. He needs a well-equipped system to be put together for him to go out there and succeed. And I think the 49ers is the best place for him to be to get that job done, right? He went to the Patriots. He went to the Jaguars. Didn't have any success. Now he's at the 49ers, which Kyle Shanahan talked about. He was talking about drafting Matt Jones before he drafted Trey Lance, and now he has him with him now. So maybe this relationship pans out well, and I don't know if he'll ever be a starter. He would definitely be a backup, you know. But the game plan for the 49ers was easy, man. The Falcons needed to stop Bijan Robinson, right? Or they needed him to outplay Christian. The Falcons needed him to outplay Christian McCaffrey. That's the keys to the victory. The keys to the victory for 49ers was to stop Bijan Robinson. Don't let him beat them. after watching what he did against the Bills last week, he had to be stopped. He must be stopped. And they held him 200 100 yards in total yards. That's rushing and receiving. So, he's a dynamic player. He can break away the game. He can score from pretty much anywhere on the field. And tonight, man, the 49ers defense, they did a really good job in containing him and stopping him from, making those big plays. But these two quarterbacks in this game tonight, Michael Penix Jr. and Mac Jones, man, are what I consider clumsy quarterbacks. You might see a few non-contact tackles or a few non-contact fumbles with these type of players. That's what I mean. Like, watching the Eli Mannings and watching some Matthew Staffords, some players like that, man. But that's the category I put these two players in. And Michael Penix Jr., man, he's getting a little better and better every game. He didn't pull the victory out today, and he made some big mistakes right before halftime to end the half, man, with the intentional grounding call that could have led to some more points for Atlanta. Could have helped them got the victory tonight. But, that's part of growing and learning in NFL. That was a rookie mistake, even though he's not a rookie. But this is his first year playing in as a starter. And at the same time, that pressure got to him so fast that he really didn't have a chance to make any other decision but to get the ball out somewhere, somehow, But he'll get better. I'm mostly impressed with Michael Penix Jr. arm strength and how aggressive he is passing the football in the passing game. He isn't scared to push the football down the field at all. That's pretty much where he prefers to throw the football to. But at the same time, he needs to learn when and how to take some steam off of some of those passes. Most of his throws, man, he puts most of his arm strength into those passes or into those throws. And it doesn't take that all the time, man. He has to find that touch pass. He has to find that touch pass in him and take some steam off those passes. So all the passes doesn't have to be 10 and 15 yards down the field. But he's going to put some mustard on that ball and get it down the field. That's what he likes to do. I'm not sure if he can throw those short passes that good, But like I said about Mac Jones can succeed on a team like the 49ers, man. And, I think this is the best place for him. And hopefully, Kyle Shanahan recognizes that. And he remains to be the backup quarterback for the 49ers. Other than that, he's not going to have much of a chance left in his NFL career, man. And he managed the game good enough to win. And we know who is supposed to do most of the work for the 49ers, and that's Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey went out there. He got the job done, over 100 yards rushing and about 50 yards receiving. He did his thing. He definitely did his thing. So shout out to the 49ers, man. The Rams. I'm talking about the Rams. That's next, though, the Rams. The Rams versus Jaguars. That's next. But shout out to the 49ers. Shout out to the Mac Jones and Christopher McCaffrey going to get the job done, man, for the 49ers. They got a good victory tonight over a good team. The Falcons, man, they're number 1 ranked defense. And the San Francisco, man, I think they are ranked top five in defense or something like that. But they always have a really good defense. And it was 2 good defenses and 2 good running backs going at it. And 2 clumsy quarterbacks, my terms, 2 clumsy quarterbacks trying to get the job done, man. And Michael Penix Jr., he needs to continue to grow and learn how to work on some of those touch passes and take some steam off those passes, man. So yeah. I know y'all 49er fans out there happy, man, and happy y'all got the victory over a good team today. So shout out to the 49ers fans and y'all, man, and Mac Jones getting the job done tonight. Clap it up. Yeah. Sunday night vibes. Now we have the Rams versus the Jags. We got the Rams versus the Jaguars. And the Rams dominated this game. The Rams dominated the Jaguars in this game 35-10. Woo! That was a bad look. 35-10. Man, They beat the Jaguars. Down, you hear me? 35-10. The Jaguars didn't score until the fourth quarter. They didn't put up much of a challenge for the Rams at all. If you can't score points, how can you expect to win? 0 points in the first half for the Jaguars and 7 points in the fourth, and failed to score 7 more when 2 minutes was left in the game. Or they scored 7 more points when 2 minutes was left in the game, when the game was basically over. And Trevor Lawrence, man, Trevor Lawrence had a Dylan Gabriel type of day. 47 passes attempted, only completing 23 of those passes for 296 yards and 1 touchdown. Sounds okay because it sounds like he threw for almost 300 yards. But of course, they lost. And he was sacked 7 times. And we can't put all of that blame on Trevor because his receivers failed to step up for him today or make any plays, any significant plays. They was dropping or not making the plays that they were supposed to make, easy plays. So we can't put all of that criticism just on Trevor Lawrence. But he's the quarterback. So he must take most of the blame. Matthew Stafford, man. Matthew Stafford got 5 touchdowns today, man, against the Jaguars secondary. 5 touchdowns. And Liam Cohen, man, he isn't playing Travis Hunter at cornerback. What is this all about? What is the secret about what's going on with Travis Hunter that we are unable to distinguish or he isn't telling us? And I think they have something to back up the evidence because Travis Hunter had his best game yet. Receiver with 101 yards receiving, 1 touchdown on 14 targets. And maybe today was a sign of better things to come between Trevor Lawrence and Travis Hunter. You know, maybe Trevor Lawrence is building that confidence in Travis Hunter, hopefully to be one of his go-to receivers in the future because he's the number 2 pick. He's supposed to make an impact immediately. So we got to see that. But even if Trevor Lawrence tries to make that connection with Travis Hunter and build that relationship, I don't see Trevor Lawrence being consistent enough to make Travis Hunter have the impact he's supposed to have at receiver. I just don't have faith in Travis Hunter being that receiver for the Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence being the quarterback. But I got a question for everyone. And I need y'all to talk back to me, right? Because I talk to y'all talk back to me. Chat. How y'all doing out there today, man? I forgot to speak to y'all. How y'all doing out there today? Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all make sure y'all tell, hype the live up, whatever they be saying out there. The new thing, make sure y'all hype it up. I got to learn about this new hyping videos up, things like that. I ain't hip to that yet. But I got a question for everyone out there. And I need y'all to be quick on your feet. Think fast for me. This is one of those questions. You got to think fast. Be quick on your feet. Now, how many starting quarterbacks can you think of that Trevor Lawrence is better than in the NFL right now? How many? Now, it depends on how you look at it. If we're excluding any rookie quarterbacks, Trevor Lawrence is probably ranked dead last. Talk to me. Talk back to me, chat. He has to be ranked probably around dead last. I mean, I don't see too many quarterbacks I would take ahead of him. I'm taking Cam Ward. I'm taking Bo Nix. You know how much I talk about Bo Nix. Drake May. Jackson Dart. All of these quarterbacks, I'm taking over Trevor Lawrence. I just don't have no faith in Trevor Lawrence. Geno Smith is borderline. I'd probably take Trevor Lawrence at this stage, at this point in Geno Smith's career. Mac Jones is another one, borderline. But Trevor Lawrence, man, he's a dud. Trevor Lawrence is a dud, man. He has all the capabilities, all the physical attributes you need to be a successful quarterback, but I don't know, man. it's just hard for him to have success in this league consistently. And it seems like he isn't grasping the concept, man, of what it takes for quarterbacks to get the job done. And the Jaguars are actually a good team. If you ask me, they are a good team. They play good ball on defense. They create a lot of turnovers. They have a lot of weapons on offense. With the new addition of Travis Hunter, they just can't get good, consistent quarterback play. If they did, they would be tough to beat. I'm telling you, they would be tough to beat. They didn't start off that good on defense and offense overall as a team, but now everything is clicking, and Liam Cohen has everything going in the right direction. But Trevor Lawrence is the X factor, and he is holding that team back for sure. Now, I understand the conditions in London today weren't the best, but of course, we can't make any excuses for us NFL players making millions and millions of dollars to supposedly go get the job done. And I don't know, man. I don't think this Trevor Lawrence, Travis Hunter experiment is going to pan out. And it doesn't have anything to do with Travis Hunter abilities, anything like that. Travis Hunter doesn't have anything to do with that because there's so many places they can put him or opportunities give him, and I know he will succeed. And if y'all remember the first play of the game, Travis Hunter was wide open for a short completion. If Travis Hunter finds him, and that play could have went for at least 20 yards. And Trevor Lawrence took a sack without even looking Travis Hunter's way. The whole first half, it was like that. It wasn't really focused on looking for Travis Hunter. Then Trevor Lawrence almost got Parker Washington killed on third down. It was third and 3 to go. It's 3 and out. Almost got him killed. And then towards the end of the game, Trevor Lawrence and Travis Hunter started connecting on a few big plays. But at that point, the game was over. Those are meaningless plays that he's now looking for Travis Hunter and making big plays. It looked good. It sounded good. After the game, Travis Hunter has 101 yards receiving and things like that. It looks good. It sounds good. But it's meaningless. Of course, you're trying to come back and things like that, but get him involved in the game early. If he's the number 2 pick and he's supposed to have that type of impact in the game. But I'm just hoping that hopefully today was a sign that Trevor Lawrence is building that confidence in Travis Hunter so he can get him the ball more and let him see what he can do. Because we've seen what he can do if you're just throwing the ball. Obviously, that was towards the end of the game, but I think he can do that anytime. You can do it at any part of the game. Just got to get him the ball. But on the other hand, man, I'm starting to think Liam Cohen doesn't have as much confidence in Travis Hunter playing both sides of the ball as he may express. The purpose, like I just was talking about, of drafting Travis Hunter with the number 2 overall pick is for him to make an immediate impact for the Jaguars. And that's not happening. That's not happening. As much as we want to talk about him playing both ways, he's not making an impact on either side of the football. And it's starting to look like a show and tell how the Jags are using Travis Hunter. But because today, he barely got any reps on defense. And sometimes it seems like you're just putting him out there to quiet the noise or, to keep, the Travis Hunter both playing both ways a thing, And in previous games, we seen Travis Hunter on defense more than we did today. And now he's barely getting reps on defense. Are the Jaguars content with making Travis Hunter a full-time receiver and putting him in sporadically on defense at cornerback? That is a tough job to do. I'm telling you, as a defensive back playing defense, cornerback, listen, going out there sporadically and not being able to understand that rhythm, the game, the speed of the game, the type of receivers you're dealing with, their agilities, their speed, man, it makes it tough, man. It makes it tough. It's always easy to go play receiver and run some routes, So we're going to see how this pans out because, they want Travis Hunter to be a full-time receiver. And I know Travis Hunter wants to be a full-time receiver, but Trevor Lawrence is going to screw that up big time, man. And as I talked about, Liam Cohen having confidence in Travis Hunter playing both sides. Now that he's a receiver, he isn't playing cornerback. And Liam Cohen, it seems to me, is looking to upgrade or look to upgrade at the cornerback position, after trading for Greg Newsome and swapping out Tyson Campbell. That's the signal I get about that trade, right? Because you got Travis Hunter on the team. You can easily put Travis Hunter at that cornerback position if there's a need for cornerback. But Liam Cohen chose not to put him out there and use him at receiver when you have a plethora of receivers. Got many of receivers on offense already. And man, now defense has been drastically cut from Travis Hunter's resume right now. And we have to see how this goes, man. But right now, man, it's just all over the place. And ultimately, he's going to be a receiver. So we'll see how that goes, man. We'll see how that goes. Travis Hunter, what are we doing? Leanne Cohen, what are we doing? Shout out to my chat. Shout out to Mr. International, always showing up and showing out, man. How we doing out there? Sunday night vibes. The Jaguars got beat down today by the Rams. Yes, sir. Yes, they did. Now, the next game, the Dolphins versus the Browns. And we're waiting for Shedeur Sanders to make an appearance. I didn't see him make an appearance at the end of the game. They cut the game off on me and I put another game on for me. So I didn't see if he was able to make an appearance towards the end of the game when they was beating the Dolphins' tail. But he should have if he didn't. And now, Browns versus the Dolphins. Everyone is waiting to see how Dillon Gabriel can progress, or is he a starting quarterback, or does he have the capabilities to be a quarterback in the National Football League? But at the end of the day, let's clap it up for Dillon Gabriel. Clap it up for Dillon Gabriel with his first win of his NFL career. That's big time, man. That helps build your confidence as a player. Getting your first victory in the NFL, especially as a quarterback, after going out there losing 2 games in a row, man, that does a lot for your confidence. So, we'll see how that goes for Dillon Gabriel. And like I said, we can't wish on anyone's downfall in the NFL. These young men out there, competing and trying to make a living and take care of their family just like anyone else. So Dillon Gabriel did his thing, and let's see how this victory propels his confidence as a quarterback, and see if it does anything for him. Because I think he's very limited, as we can see. But a win is a win. Although he didn't have much to do with that win today, they got the victory. And for the Dolphins, oh man, the Dolphins was ugly. They was ugly. They were horrific. They were asinine. They was everything. They were trash. And we can't put all the blame on Tua for this loss. But again, Tua is the quarterback, so he is responsible for this loss. And we are going to talk about Tua. But you best believe Tua Tagovailoa was terrible today for sure. He was terrible. But who do you think played worse, Dillon Gabriel or Tua Tagovailoa? Which one of these quarterbacks played worse? Tua passed for exactly 100 yards and completed 12 passes off of 23 attempts. And Dillon Gabriel threw for 116 yards and completed 13 out of 18 passes. Tua threw 3 interceptions and Dillon didn't have any interceptions. Who you think had a better game? Who had the better game today? Dylan? I see a few in the chat talking about Dylan. Yeah, I mean, I guess you gotta have to you have to give it to Dylan after 2 or 3 interceptions. You know what I mean? We got to give it to Dylan. So the biggest loser of today is going to go to Tua Tagovailoa out of these 2 quarterbacks. Tua has to go back to Hawaii and tell everybody Dylan Gabriel outplayed him. His brother from Hawaii, his Hawaii native. And Tua didn't stand a chance, like I told y'all, against that Browns pass rush. Myles Garrett didn't put him in the chokehold, but everybody else, they had tons of pressure on him, and he couldn't do nothing. He couldn't get anything going at all, and it was absolutely terrible. And like I've been talking about these quarterbacks and the quarterback development and what I see in the future, elite quarterback play will take a significant hit. It won't be enough quarterbacks in the draft for teams that will need quarterbacks in this upcoming draft. I'm telling you, half the NFL is going to need another quarterback. It's not going to be enough teams in the draft. Enough quarterbacks in the draft for teams to draft a quarterback. Because half the NFL is going to need a quarterback. It is getting worse and worse. It is getting terrible. And I don't know how they expect to start adding more teams, and then you're going to get the quality of play to keep falling down and further. You know, the quality of play is already taking a hit. Now you want to add another team that needs another quarterback when you got 15 out of 32 teams that is already struggling to find a quarterback. Next year is going to be even worse. And I don't know how long Stephen Ross can continue to watch his team look like a dumpster of trash. I'm talking about straight trash. A pile of cow manure. A pile of baby diarrhea. Today was bad, man. Today was absolutely bad. It was like a bad trash pickup day that you need more than one crew for help. You call in dispatch to get another crew out there to help you out, pick up this trash, because that's how terrible the trash is to pick up. That's the Dolphins. Straight trash, garbage. Remember I said sell everything, the real estate, the stadium, the players, the coaches, sell everything. Move them out west to 27th or something like that. And Mr. 123 get the football out quick. Boy, he's having a hard time adjusting to life without Tyreek Hill. He was so used to being able to 1, 2, 3 drop back. Tyreek Hill has a 5-yard out. Just let it go. And the timing isn't the same with all these other receivers and things like that. So Tua is off. He's getting the ball out a little bit too fast for these receivers that aren't Tyreek Hill, because they're not as fast and explosive as Tyreek Hill. Tua continues to lose. His team looks bad. And Tua doesn't understand what is happening to him, and he can't figure out the words to explain this nonsense. Tua took the podium and had something to say. He had a lot to say, a lot of nothing. And I damn sure couldn't understand. So can someone please help me? Help me understand and explain to me what Tua is trying to say, please.
Just trying to maneuver everything and trying to build a collection of guys to kind of bring along with me, and I got to be able to multitask, if that makes sense. Be able to do that, and while doing that, kind of continue to get the whatever it was last year and the years prior for myself to get going again and get in that flow. Thank you. Just trying to maneuver everything and trying to
Maneuver.
build a collection of guys to kind of bring along with me. And
build a collection of guys.
I got to be able to multitask, if that makes sense.
Multitask. Y'all remember those words? Multitask. Build a collection of guys.
Continue to get the
maneuver.
Whatever it was last year and the years prior for myself to get going again and get in that flow. Thank you.
Tua, man. Jesus. Tua, boy. Tua's having a hard time. He's struggling. To me, it sounds like Tua is trying his hardest not to point the finger or be a snitch again. As bad as he want to point the finger and tell everyone how bad his teammates are, he is trying his hardest not to say it. He want to say it, trust me. He want to tell y'all how terrible his teammates are and the lack of accountability everyone has in that facility. But what does trying to multitask mean from Tua's standpoint? What does that mean? He's trying to multitask, bring others along with him. I'm confused. Y'all help me understand. Is he saying that other players don't get it? And he's trying to get them to buy in to what he's preaching? Who would buy into anything that Tua's preaching? Who? No one would buy into anything that Tua is preaching. He hasn't shown any signs of a competent leader. Someone that we want to go run through the wall for. Or is he saying he is playing with a bunch of losers that don't care about success and he doesn't want to be around this foolishness because he wants to be successful? What is Tua saying, y'all? What is he saying? What is he talking about? At the end of the day, everything the Dolphins are doing is just totally wrong. And every time they lose, they make it worse and worse and worse. And what we learned, man, Tua is the last person you want to speak to the media after a loss. Because Tua doesn't understand how to articulate, we just need to get better and do better. He doesn't understand how to say that very simply. It's very simple. Then Mike McDaniels decided to have a team meeting at his press conference, and he decides to threaten his players about their future. How can you make a player feel threatened about his position when the team sucks already? Only one win. How does he feel he can go on the podium at his press conference and make threats, and that will have an effect on his players? If no one is getting cut for a poor performance, then what are they supposed to be scared of? No one's scared of no threats. This right here is the greatest example of the blind leading the blind. Mike McDaniels being the leader of Tua Tagovailoa.
There's a lot of guys that will have an important work week because we're not, I mean, if you are negatively affecting the football team routinely, I don't have a choice but to, assess a different player, and I have to coach a lot better as well. So we're going to find out who and what we're made of.
Oh, who and what we're made of. Yeah, let's go. Man, if this man isn't fired soon, something suspicious is going on. Something suspicious has to be going on if this man isn't fired soon. Man, this has to be the biggest joke in the NFL right now, or in the past 10 to 20 years. I haven't seen anything like this. And if y'all watch the game, you can clearly see this team has given up they have given up on Mike McDaniels because they don't care about him. They don't care about his speeches. They don't care to play tough, hard-nosed football for him. I can't see any player ready to run through a brick wall because Mike McDaniels is the coach or some motivational speech that he can come up with. Did y'all hear that? Did that speech make you want to go play football? Does his voice sound like before a game you would want to hear him talk to you and motivate you to go out there and take another man's head off? And the mistake came a long time ago. This mistake came in the interview process. In the interview process, there was one tall tale sign that you could have easily pointed out if you was Stephen Ross, Chris Greer, or anybody that is making a decision to hire a head coach. And that sign that was easy to point out was Mike McDaniels' posture. Oh man, his posture. You could tell by his posture when he stands at the podium, he isn't a leader. How he crosses his feet, twirling his toes, crossing his feet, playing with his shoelaces. Stephen Ross should have noticed that when Mike McDaniels was interviewed. That was very simple. And when they fired Mike McDaniels, Tua Tagovailoa and Chris Greer should be dealt, if not next, right along with Mike McDaniels. Because those are the only two people, probably I ain't going to say that. I ain't going to take it that far. But those are the only two people in that organization that believe in Tua Tagovailoa. Tua done fooled a few people in the Dolphin Nation to believe in him and think that he can get the job done, but ain't nobody believing in Tua no more, man. It's time to clean house because the next coach won't put up with Tua or they won't accept Tua as his quarterback. So you might as well start making moves now. And I don't know who Mike McDaniels is threatening. Who do y'all think he's threatening? You think he was talking to Tua? You just paid Tua. Tua ain't worried about nothing. You understand what I'm saying? But that's the Dolphins, man. And then on the other issue for the other team, which is the Cleveland Browns, I can't believe we're witnessing the NFL actually try to start a quarterback with so many obvious handicaps and get away with it. I can't believe this. The NFL is really trying to start a quarterback with so many obvious handicaps to play the position. But they're trying to get him out there and trying to force him out there. And I'm telling you, they are doing everything they can to stop Shador, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. And I once said Dylan Gabriel was a good backup quarterback. He can qualify as a backup quarterback. Let me tell you, I'm the first to tell y'all when I mess up. I said Dylan Gabriel can qualify as a solid backup quarterback in the NFL. That was a lie. Let me be the first one to tell y'all I made a mistake. That was a complete lie. He doesn't fit the standards to be a backup quarterback in the National Football League. He just doesn't have the physical capabilities. His arm strength is really not strong enough for the NFL. How much more do we need to talk about once you cross that off the box? And I'm telling you, he got away with it today, man. Dylan Gabriel got away with it today because the football guards, they are fighting hard for Dylan Gabriel so he doesn't get exposed. And Kevin Stefanski, is forced to play Shedeur Sanders. They are fighting hard. And like I said, almost happened today. I seen the momentum of the game, and I seen it about to shift. The game was going to turn into another one of those games where Dillon Gabriel has to pass the ball to win or to come back. And that interception by the Dolphins in the first quarter that was called back right before the Quinshon Judkins touchdown was straight BS, straight bullshit. And that was the play that turned the momentum of the game. And the refs threw that flag super duper late. Why? Because they saw what was about to happen. They saw that Dillon Gabriel was about to be in trouble. And the Cleveland Browns was going to be forced to put Shedeur Sanders in that game. And man, boy, that would have been the perfect game for Shedeur Sanders to come in, boy. Woo! He would have been tossing that pigskin for sure. But that sequence of plays, man, that changed the momentum for the Browns, and it killed the Dolphin spirits, man. It straight killed them. That's where they quit. They quit on Mike McDaniels and Tua Tagovailoa right there. Or they quit on Mike McDaniels. Tua Tagovailoa was part of that. If that interception never happened, Dillon Gabriel would have been forced to throw the football, down the field, and we would have had to wait to see how that goes. But Dillon Gabriel had the opportunity of a good opportunity, a very good opportunity to put together a solid game against a very questionable Dolphins defense and shut us up for a week. He had the opportunity just to shut us up for the week, but he couldn't play good enough to kill the noise, to make us shut up. He couldn't stop us. And man, he was bad. He was bad. The Browns won the game, but Dillon Gabriel didn't look good at all. Kevin Stefanski can't expect to win games like that. In the future, yeah, he can't expect to win games like that. He definitely can't expect to win games like that. Dillon Gabriel, 18 pass attempts, 13 completions. Sorry, man, it's a little backwards. Y'all hope y'all see that. Y'all don't get on me. You see, I'm upgrading for y'all. I'm getting it together over here. 13 completions off of 18 pass attempts, 116 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. Quinshon Judkins, 25 carries, 84 yards. That's what Dillon Gabriel definitely needs. Every quarterback needs a rushing attack to help them be successful. But Dillon Gabriel, his game definitely depends on a rushing attack, an effective rushing attack. Now, here we go. Tua Tagovailoa, 23 pass attempts, 12 completions off 100 yards with 3 interceptions. He has to go back to Hawaii and let everyone know, my brother Dillon Gabriel outplayed me. Yes. That's a hard pill to swallow right there, man. That's a hard pill to swallow. You let Dillon Gabriel outplay you, even though he didn't contribute. He's responsible for the wins and he's responsible for the losses, same as Tua Tagovailoa. But at the end of the day, how much longer do y'all think Mike McDaniels, Chris Greer will last in the front office for the Dolphins? Because this is getting bad. It's getting so bad, Mike McDaniels understands it's bad, and he has to come to the podium at his press conference to say something of that nature to try to help Stephen Ross understand that he's trying to make changes to fix the team and fix the situation. It's bad. It's really bad. Everywhere. And yeah, man, starting with Tua. But Tua need to get some help up front, man. And the offensive line, they definitely ain't blocking nothing. And the Cleveland Browns is the worst team to figure out your game plan to try to learn how to block. That's the wrong game to figure out a blocking scheme and blocking techniques. I'm telling you, man. But shout out to Dillon Gabriel, shout out to Tua, man. Better days ahead. You know, go get the job done. That's all I can say. Go get the job done. That's your job. Go do it. Now we'll talk about, let's get into the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Vikings. And that was a big win today for the Eagles after 2 consecutive losses to the Broncos and the Giants. It was a big win. Big win for the Eagles. They clap it up for the Eagles. Yeah, big win for the Eagles. And the most important thing about today is the Eagles find a way to win. Find a way to win. Saquon Barkley isn't Saquon Barkleying like he did last year, so Jalen Hurts has to put together a game plan to win, and he has to figure it out. And Jalen Hurts is still growing and becoming a better quarterback each and every game. That's the good thing about Jalen Hurts. He isn't maxed out. He hasn't reached his peak. He still has room to grow and become a better quarterback. And that's dangerous for everybody. And today he put together a masterful performance. Not with his legs, with his arm. Cam Newton ain't gonna like that. Cam Newton ain't gonna like that. He put together a masterful performance. And this is more ammunition to prove that he's an elite quarterback and he can be elite with his arm. And yeah, man, the NFC East is heating up. The Cowboys look good ever since shipping Michael Parsons away to the Packers. Yeah, man, the Eagles and the Cowboys look like they're going to be fighting for this number 1 spot, man. They look like they're going to be fighting for this number 1 spot in the NFC East. The Cowboys look pretty good today. Dak Prescott is playing good, man, and the Cowboys defense is stopping the run. They're stopping the run. So they're doing a good job. But Jerry Jones, man. Jerry Jones says, get off his back. Leave him alone. Let him cook. Let him be the general manager and the owner because he knows what he is doing. And he traded Michael Parsons, and guess what? We're stopping the run. And we're doing better as a team. We have better camaraderie amongst ourselves now that Michael Parsons is gone. Jerry Jones say, just chill, man. Just chill. Let me cook. Traded for George Pickens. George Pickens is out here making big plays left and right, just like Jerry Jones expected or he predicted before he made the trade, and that's why he traded him. And they are now 1-1 in the division, and the Eagles are 2-1 in the division. And now it's getting interesting. I'm just happy to see the Cowboys not be as terrible as they used to be, and they competing again, you know. But what about the Eagles, man? Is this their new identity, being that Saquon Barkley can't get going like he did last season? Are the Eagles now an explosive team? Or is it just we have to do what we need to do to win? And today we had to be explosive, get the ball down the football field to win these games. But whatever it is, I like it. I like it. Yeah, the Eagles did their thing, man. The Eagles did their thing, man. And for the Vikings, man, they have a really solid team, and they can compete for some. They have a good opportunity to compete. And I don't know, man. I don't know how far Carson Wentz can take them, because Carson Wentz, he'll do some bonehead things here and there, man, and then he'll do some great things. He just have you scratching your head sometimes, or maybe it's the pressure that gets to Carson Wentz when I'm evaluating the games. It's like maybe the pressure gets to him sometime, and he wants to do too much instead of just not turning a bad play worse. Throw the ball away or just get down, And he seems like he wants to make something happen if there isn't nothing there. That's what I see from Carson Wentz, man. But he's playing better. He's playing better. That was a credible effort by Jordan Mason, man. To get that ball across the goal line on that wildcat play for a touchdown. I still can't see how they called that a touchdown. Every angle I've seen from the television view didn't look like a touchdown to me, but they called it a touchdown. So touchdown it is. But yeah, man, Eagles are back, Cowboys are back, and the NFC East is heating up, man. And the Commanders, Commanders got beat down by the Cowboys. Who would have ever thought that, right? Yeah, they're playing physical football. They're doing the thing. Sunday night vibes, man. Sunday night vibes, man. Sunday night vibes. How y'all doing out there tonight, chat? Got to talk to y'all because y'all talk back. Shout out to Joanna. Shout out to Joe T. Shout out to my people always showing love. Shout out to Mr. International always showing up and showing out. And I can't wait to hear you talk about Justin Fields. Oh, man. Justin Fields. I was trying to spell Justin Fields tonight, man, because it is getting bad. And they was trying to force that young man into that position, man. But that is something for tomorrow when I do a little breakdown and get my homework in check. But, yeah, Justin Fields was never supposed to be. Just like Dylan Gabriel and a few other quarterbacks. So that's why I say, man, half the NFL is going to need a new quarterback by next year's draft, this upcoming draft, man. And it's getting worse and worse by the year, by the minute. Anytime a quarterback goes down, they need another quarterback to replace. And when you go out there to look at the free agent portal, there is no one out there. There's nothing but recycled quarterbacks that are already washed up. And yeah. That's where we at today in the NFL, man. Washed up quarterbacks, not too many quarterbacks playing at the elite level. And the development starts from high school, little league, and those places. Like I said, man, blame those trainers, these futuristic trainers, and these internet sensation trainers that is stopping the progress and the foundation for these young men. So. Yeah, man, we'll see how that go, man. I had fun with y'all tonight, man. It was Sunday night vibes, man. Yeah, man, we rocking and rolling. You can see the new setup, man, putting things together. And we always trying to grow in life. You know, that's what it's about. You got to continue to grow. Baby steps, baby step after baby step, man. So, yeah, as we see, man, I'm Asante, Mr. Pick Six Samuel, man. It was say what needs to be said. And y'all can say what needs to be said. And I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure y'all send, me an email, anything y'all want to talk about. I'll just share it in the chat. I'll hit it in the comments. You know, I'll be reading and checking things out. So me and my team will get back to you. So Sunday night vibes. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow night, and y'all have a good time. And I am